De Bijlmer. Ooit zonder concurrentie de beruchtste buurt van gans het land.
Het is niet echt heel gevaarlijk dat er elke dag wel iets gebeurt, dat iemand doodgaat of zo.
Goedenavond. Rond 6:15 vanavond is een vrachttoestel, Boeing 747F van El Al, neergestort in de Bijlmermeer in Amsterdam.
The Bijlmer is an area that's often synonymous with Amsterdam Southeast. The construction of the Bijlmer started in 1966, and the idea was that this was going to be a model of a new modern way of living. The plan was to attract many middle-class families to the Bijlmer. But long story short, this target group wasn't really happy with the final construction of the project, and this left many empty apartments. And after Surinamese independence in 1975, many Surinamese people relocated to the Netherlands and were put in social housing in the Bijlmer. The area became notorious for its poverty and crime, and it wasn't until a horrific plane crash in 1992 that the city decided to seriously invest in improving the area. Fast forward to today, and the Bijlmer is still a place that many people in the Netherlands see as a ghetto and a place to stay away from. But is that really the case? Let's find out.
Je hebt gelijk. Bijlmermeer, tuindorp van de toekomst.
My guy Dior.
Sam.
What's going on, man?
Good, man. How have you been?
I'm doing good, man. Really happy to be here. Today I'm here in the Bijlmer. I got a special guy today, my guy Dior. Who actually, when I started the channel, this is the co-founder of School in the Foreign, just so you guys know. And yeah, Dior, what are we gonna do today, man?
Yeah, so today I'm going to show you the Bijlmer. Not a lot of people know about this place, but I grew up here. So I want to show you around, like what kind of food we have here, what you can do here, and everything like I experienced here. Now we're at like the center of the Amsterdamse Poort.
Okay.
Amsterdamse Poort is like the shopping area of the Bijlmer.
Yeah.
And this is where I would come like all the time with my mom, like to either get some food, get clothes, get whatever. This is like the main, to me, it's like the main area of the Bijlmer.
Well, I gotta ask you already though, man. To be honest, like as someone from the outside, like when I moved here to the Netherlands, when I heard about the Bijlmer, all you hear is that this is the ghetto of Amsterdam, the Bijlmer is a hood, don't go there, etc. And to be frank, as someone from the US, I'm like, if this is a ghetto, then I don't know.
It's a good ghetto, right?
But I'm curious, like for you, how do you feel when you hear that?
At one point, I get it. Like we're in Holland, right? So we don't really have ghettos here. I think people, what they mean with like it being a ghetto is they mean like there are it's a lot of diversity here. Let's call it like that. But also it has like a negative connotation. And I'm like, I get it when you just look at the news and everything. But the Bijlmer has so much more to offer. It's like, as you can see, it's vibrant. Like lots of people. It used to be worse. So, or not a lot worse, but like used to be different. So 20, already almost 30 years ago, you did have like more like drugs dealers on the street and everything, or you could find like a needle on the street where more like the high-rise flats are. Yeah. But that changed.
Okay.
Like, most of those flats, they tore them down. So I do get it like from a history point of view, let's say.
Yeah.
But nowadays, not at all.
Is that the case? Yeah.
And also, you have a lot of festivals here. Of course, you have the arena here now as well.
Yeah.
So times are changing. So I would tell people like just come by and experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're at the Shopperhal. Shopperhal is like a really known place here in the Bijlmer. This is where you go for your food. If you need your phone repaired, if you want to get some clothes, wherever, trust me, you'll find it here.
So it's like the one-stop shop for everything.
Exactly.
All right, I'm curious, man. I'm curious.
Yeah, let's go. So, like actually you said as well, it's a one-stop shop. So if you want to have your clothes, it's there. If you want to have your food, it's right there. There's a supermarket in here as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I like here as well, because like you see, let's say sellers from Africa, from Asia, Europe, of course. Like you can buy everything here. If you want to have some Surinamese food, like your bami, your nasi, you got it.
Everything is here. Everything is here. All right, so right now we're at this store here that you just mentioned to me as special products that you typically wouldn't find at an Albert Heijn, for example, right?
Yeah, exactly. So this is a Surinamese shop, and we have a lot of like our own vegetables, let's say.
Okay.
Like at a supermarket at Albert Heijn or wherever, you won't find it. So for example, plantain or this type of stuff, we really come to like dedicated places like this where they sell everything to get our fix.
Al mijn fruit, dat is vers fruit. Dat krijgen we met het vliegtuig. U vroeg net van de Albert Heijn. Albert Heijn komt wel eens met de boot. Heeft geen smaak. Dit is vers, dit wordt vers geplukt, dit rijpt helemaal vers. Gewoon super mooi fruit. Echt lekker. Dan proef je de smaak van een echte mango.
All right, where are we headed to now, Dior?
Now we're going to go to Ganzenhoef. It's a place also within the Bijlmer. And there's a really nice market there. So I really want to show you the market and everything they sell there.
All right. Market time, guys. Let's go. All right, so Dior, we're headed to the market right now. But before we get there, man, I want to ask you, like, in general, like, how would you describe your upbringing here in the Bijlmer?
Oh, good question. My upbringing here, for me, what I learned, like of course I grew up in the Bijlmer, but also other parts of like Amsterdam. Like, I mean, I always lived here, but I went to school in other parts, right?
Yeah.
So what I really learned is like the way we get raised like in the Bijlmer, like it's really a community kind of vibe. So when you're out, you know everyone's like is looking out for you. Wherever you go, they always ask you like, have you eaten already? Do you need something to drink? So that's for me, the Bijlmer is like really the community vibe. Like you can see here as well, all the people just chilling together. At other places, for me at least, it's more a bit individualistic.
Yeah.
So that's why I really love the Bijlmer.
Kind of to that point though, I'm curious, like, being raised here in this environment, did you feel still Dutch? Did you feel still part of the Netherlands, or does it kind of feel like its own separate thing?
It's funny you said that, because a year ago, someone told me like they came here to the Bijlmer and they felt like they were in a different world, like they weren't in Holland, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but for me, this is Holland.
Yeah.
So this, I feel Dutch. I am Dutch, of course. But listen to this, just music outside, people barbecuing.
Yeah.
This is for me what Holland is, the Bijlmer. I know there are different places, but yeah, this is home to me.
Well, now we're at the market, man. I'm excited. Let's see.
Let's go.
Let's see what has to
You want
offer.
to get something to eat, or you just want to see?
Let's first see the market, and after that we get something to eat.
Yeah. Sure. We're at the start of the market.
Yeah.
Again, like we saw last time, here on the left side, we have our like South American groceries.
Yeah.
And what I really love is you have something for everyone here. It's not just your Surinamese person, your Hindustani person, someone from Africa.
Yeah.
Turkish people come here, Moroccan people come here,
Yeah.
Dutch people come here.
Yeah.
So this is really like, for me, a melting pot for all the cultures that we have in Holland. This is just what I love, because you don't see this everywhere.
No,
right?
not at all.
So this, to me, is the Bijlmer.
Yeah.
Open to everyone.
And for you as a kid growing up, you came here often? You came to this market
All
in
the
particular?
time. To be honest, I didn't like it.
Really?
I had to come with my mom.
Oh.
So, but yeah, all the time. And that's also like why I experience all the different flavors that you have here.
Yeah.
She would come here all the time. She would cook it every day. I grew up here, and he's from the States, and I'm showing him around like in the Bijlmer to like let him know what it's about, like the fun I had like growing up. But of course, a lot of people, they have like a negative connotation with the Bijlmer. You've been living here for 30 years. I just turned 31, and I've seen the Bijlmer change a lot.
It changed a lot.
What changed for you in the Bijlmer in the 30 years that you've been living here?
What changed is the environment. The environment was not too secure, but now they will keep on bringing things to make it secure. That is Bijlmer now.
Gotcha. All right, man, this market was super awesome. Thank you for showing me this. But after looking at all this food, man, I'm hungry. So,
Same.
you got a spot? You got a spot around here?
It's an amazing spot.
I expect the
right
best,
around
man. Is it Surinamese food?
It's Surinamese, of course.
All right, let's do it, man.
Let's
Let's
go.
do it. I'm looking forward to this. It better be fire.
So I brought you to Smeltkroes. It's a really known restaurant here in the Bijlmer actually. Everyone knows Smeltkroes, amazing food. They have like a lot of options. It's gonna be amazing.
All right, Dior, I'm gonna let you take care of the order, man.
Helemaal goed. Have you ever had sauto?
No.
It's Indonesian soup actually.
I'm down to try whatever, so you surprised me, man.
Do you got something to drink?
We're doing Spablau.
Have you ever tried Fernandez?
Is that? Oh yeah, I've had that before.
Yeah.
That's that one super sugary drink. Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh man, what do we have here, man? All right, you gotta explain, Dior.
Okay, so here we have bakabana. I think you might know it as plantain.
Yeah.
It's really good. Then we have the sauto soup.
Yeah.
It's the Indonesian soup, but it's also really popular in Suriname. I think we make it a bit different, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
And here we have tillo. Tillo is made from cassava and then with some tempeh on there. Trust me, you're gonna love it.
All right, I'm really excited to try this food, but before we try this food, I gotta give a shout out to the awesome person back here, Tara, that's been helping us film today. Are you ready to try the food too?
I am.
All
I've
right.
never tried it before.
Let's go.
So what is this one from? What is it made from?
It's Indonesian. You eat it with the rice as well.
Okay.
So just take a little bit of the rice like into your spoon. Yeah. And then you put it in there. And then you just eat it.
Moment of truth, Tara.
It's good.
Yeah. Maybe like if I would be sick, this would make me very happy.
Right?
Yeah.
I already had a bite off camera, so I'm cheating, but fire. This is fire. It has like a sweet taste to it.
I think that's the tempeh. So normally it comes with fish. I forgot the name of the fish, but also like the tempeh, it's amazing. But one time you have to try it with the fish as well. Trust me, you're gonna love it.
And this is plantain.
It is, yeah.
With the peanut sauce? Mm-hmm. See what this is talking about. Let's see what this is talking about.
It's good, right?
That's fire. You gotta try it next, Tara. You gotta try it next.
So welcome, this is Smeltkroes. We've been here for already 13 years. My grandma raised actually this company, and now her kids actually are running this restaurant. We sell like Japanese food, we sell also Suriname food. So if you're ever in Amsterdam, in the Bijlmer, please visit us. Doors are always open.
Oh man, that food was so good. We gotta do a little exercise now, you know? We gotta do a little exercise now. Now, I know you did the highest level of education, or one of the higher level, VWO. VWO, right? And where was your school located when you did that?
Amsterdam South.
Amsterdam
That's
South.
actually outside.
Now, if I remember correctly, you told me like you were one of the only few black people that were in your school. So I'm just curious for you, like when you were going to school there in the South, were you ashamed at all to mention that you come from the Bijlmer?
I wasn't like ashamed per se of like the Bijlmer, because again I love the Bijlmer.
Yeah.
It was just like knowing how people would perceive you without even knowing you. Like if they would ask me like, oh, hey, what's your name, where you from? And I would say like the Bijlmer. You'd be like, oh, the Bijlmer, like, oh, like you're one of them.
Yeah.
And that's what really like annoyed me, let's say.
Yeah.
To be ashamed. I'm not sure if ashamed is the right word, but like when they would ask like where I was from, I would feel like, oh shit, okay, here we go again.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
I would get that feeling, of course.
I got you.
So,
Yeah.
So after some rain, we finally arrived in Holendrecht, the place I grew up. Like this is for me really where most of my life happened. So for example, I always went to the snack bar over there, Amore Mio. I used to get my pizzas over there. Also a bit more further out is my elementary school.
Okay.
And actually my grandma used to live here. And then here of course is always it's a supermarket, and I always went to the barber shop that's next to it. So this is really where I grew up.
But then okay, once again though, this area technically speaking is not part of the Bijlmer, but people group it into the Bijlmer.
Yeah, if you take the metro here, you take it for 2 stops. You're at the station called Bijlmer, but people call this the Bijlmer as well, just to group it together indeed.
Gotcha. One of the last 2 questions I want to ask you is, first of all, what do you see as the future of the Bijlmer?
I think the Bijlmer is really developing. Like we talked to some people today, right? And they were also saying like it's getting more safe out here. They're renovating it a lot. I think as well more job opportunities are coming in.
Okay.
And one thing I really notice is like the creativity of the people here in the Bijlmer.
Yeah.
I really see like the creativity of the Bijlmer coming alive.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. I definitely feel like a lot of just bubbling creativity, a lot of culture, just a lot of stuff going on here. So I could definitely see that happening. One last question I want to ask you is, would you raise your kids here in the Bijlmer?
100%.
Yeah?
I loved it here, and I still love it here. Like I told you, for me, growing up here, I knew everyone was looking out for me. There was always things to do. And there's a lot of green as well. Like where I live now, like for example, the center of Amsterdam.
Yeah.
You don't have really like a lot of space to play outside.
Yeah.
But here in the Bijlmer, it's perfect.